All right, all right, all right. Wednesday, it's gonna be a good day. And I gotta see, make sure we're on before I go silly. Oops. Yes. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? All right. Yep, there we are. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Happy Wednesday and a new day of every day is a good day to wake up and have breath in our lungs and be here. So let me set myself up here so we can see comments. As always, I love to see comments as you guys are hopping on and popping on. So it's always delayed too. So we'll give it a minute to hop on. For people to hop on. Oops, hold on. Let me do one thing real quick. I'm gonna tag because I know sometimes that helps. All right, I see some eyes hopping on. You guys say hi in the comments as you're hopping on. Let us know that you're here. I'm so excited to talk about nutrition. I feel like this is I don't know, like I enjoy talking about both, but I think nutrition is probably my favorite, I would say. For so many reasons, and I honestly think nutrition is the hardest part for a lot of people. Wouldn't you say, as coaching
Hmm.
women, it's the part
Yep.
that I think we talk to people the most because it's a little bit more challenging than working out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so many people, you can go for a walk. You know how to do that, right? Or something like that. But this is more of the complicated. And I think the thing too is that they tend to overcomplicate it. Like I always say that with everything. So that's why
Yes.
we're
Oh
here.
my gosh. That's so true. You guys, ladies, as you're on, I see a lot of you saying good morning. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. I want to know before we get into the nutrition side of things today, who watched yesterday? And if you got value, drop value in the comments if you watched yesterday about the fitness. And I will tell you, you should have gotten an email if you were registered. And I'm going to say this again. If you want the free workout guide that we went over yesterday, and we also have a special little freebie we're going to give you guys today and a special announcement, an offer, so to speak, that we're going to share with you guys at the end too. So stay tuned to the very end. But if you got value from yesterday, put value. And if there's anything that stood out to you, like this was the biggest takeaway I got from yesterday, then drop it in the comments so that we can hear. But if you haven't, and if you're just happen to be stumbling across this video in the group, you can still register for this masterclass. The reason why I would say still register is number one, this afternoon, I'll be sending out the replays of both that are lifetime replays. You can keep them, you can watch them, you can re-reference them, all the things, watch it at your convenience. You don't have to dig into a Facebook group to find it. And the freebies are only going to those that register. So you have to register to get the workout guide and the things that we're going to share today. So if you have not registered yet, put register in the comments. And myself, Lori, or Reagan is on top of it. So she might very likely message you while we're on here today. And so let's get to nutrition. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen because we love educating you guys. I'm a visual person. Helps me stay on point, but more importantly for you guys. Oops, hold on one second. I missed a button. Oh, I missed the button to share the screen. That would be a very important button.
We got to wake up our brains today.
I need my carbs this morning. Uh, I love it. Okay, I got to put my glasses on so I can see comments. I see a lot of you guys hopping on. Okay, so nutrition is so incredibly crucial. It's so incredibly important, not just for building muscle, but also for losing weight, obviously. But we are obviously big advocates of we don't want to lose the muscle that you guys have worked so incredibly hard. And like we talked about yesterday, the biggest piece of what we want to educate yesterday and today is about, yes, building muscle, but more importantly, not losing it. Because so many of us are not us, like me and Lori are not. But so many women are out there in today's world so eager to lose that weight so incredibly fast. And whether you're, whatever route that you're taking, a lot of women are out there losing muscle and they just don't realize it. So I'll just leave it there. Um, oh, I love it. Audrey, you're so sweet. I just love you, girlfriend.
I know. I just
She's
saw
so,
that comment. That's
oh,
awesome.
yeah, you got sidetracked me for a minute in a positive way. I love it. All right, so let's get to it. Yesterday, we talked about smart workouts to build muscle, but also preserve it while you're on a weight loss journey, strength training. Go back and watch it if you didn't. Today, we're talking about nutrition, how to lose fat also, and not just waste away all your muscle, y'all. But first, I love this question. I always love to ask this because we hear this a lot. How many of you can honestly say You feel like you're eating clean, but you're not getting results. Like, oh God, I'm eating so clean, but I'm not getting results. Or how many of you guys are still scared of carbs and your thoughts are like, I gotta cut out all my carbs. I'm trying to drop weight. I gotta cut out all my carbs. If this is you, then put that is me in the comments. That's it. Just put that is me. And let's see who all that is. And again, there's zero judgment because we only bring these things up because I mean, I know I hear this a lot. And I'm sure you do too, right, Lori? Like, oh, I'm
Mhm.
eating so clean, but I'm not getting results.
Yeah, all the
Wow.
time. Yep.
Yeah, I love it. So, okay. I see a couple of them commenting, that is me. That is me. Awesome. Thank you for being brave enough to put that out there. Because you're going to see that there's a lot of other women right there with you. So let's dive into it. Okay. So we're going right into the nitty gritty. First, we're going to talk about myths. We're going to talk about dieting traps. We're going to wrap your head around some things right now that you might have your brain programmed around nutrition, thinking, oh, this is the way. And it's really the exact opposite. It's not the way. And the first one truly is carbs. Like, let's go through these, not like a ton of long time on each one, but a little bit dissect them a little bit more than carbs. We already talked about carbs. If you're scared of carbs, put carbs in the comments. It is a huge myth. Then that's one that I think we love to debunk like crazy.
Mhm.
Carbs will make us gain weight, right? This is where a lot of our brains have been trained over the years. Like, oh, if I eat carbs, I'm going to gain weight. You wanna debunk that one?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be there, you guys, with myself, like thinking, "Oh my word, you want me to eat carbohydrates? Like, no way." But I mean, there's so many ways that first of all, it's understanding macronutrients, carbohydrates. You can get carbs from like your fruits and your veggies, which I think sometimes is just many women just don't think that way, right? And that's okay. It just comes with education. And I used to be the same way. I'd be like, no way, I'm not eating that many carbs or whatever. But now that I've learned, and let me tell you, years and years and years of the making of like going down many, many diet traps myself and getting myself into a whole different, like way of eating. Um, Learning the importance of carbohydrates in your daily day, just because of your how it functions with your brain, how it functions with your hormones, your insulin levels, all the things of giving you that functionality in your head to think clear. And then not only is it important for your muscle building. Yes, we always talk about protein, 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 but you've got to have that fuel for your body to be able to do the work, right? That protein is going to help you build that muscle, but this carbohydrates are going to help you fuel your workout. It's fuel for your body. Think about it that way. If you're not giving your car any gas, it's not going to go anywhere. So if you're not giving yourself the carbohydrates, even like the fruits and the veggies and some whole grains, like your body's just going to be like, boom, I'm done. Like it's going to stop. And then that's where things get complicated. And then your body is just like shut down. So yeah, that's a huge myth right there.
Yeah, I love debunking that one because you
Mhm.
like now put this in the comments. Carbs are not the devil. Carbs are not the devil, you guys. They're actually very crucial. Like you heard what Lori said. We talk about protein all the time, and we're going to go into protein, and we're going to dissect that in a minute. But protein is a huge piece of building muscle and maintaining your muscle. Okay, especially those you guys on a weight loss journey. But carbs equally as important, especially for building muscle and holding it. And I always love to use Suzanne. I know you don't mind me using you as an example. She's on here. She said, "Preach it, girl." And I love it because Suzanne is such a perfect example of being in the past. 25 grams of carbs a day was like her max. And just recently we had her close to 200 grams a day. And her body is doing amazing things. She did not gain weight going all the way up, actually, at all. And so yeah, carbs do not make you gain weight. They're your body's preferred source of fuel. If you want brain power, I know I recognize in myself when I don't have enough carbs because I my brain doesn't function well. I can't count one, two, three, four, five very well. The smallest things is not pretty.
No.
So eat your carbs, ladies, and we're going to give you a sample meal plan after this that we're going to go through just FYI and talk a little bit more, or we can obviously help you with it yourself. A couple other myths we'll go through quickly is all fats are bad. Big fat lie again. Lori and I coach women through their macros. And with macros, we're high protein. I always say kind of moderate carbs because it's not low carb, but it's not really high either. It's that healthy balance so that you can build muscle and lose fat, aka weight that stays away and doesn't come back. But fats are also very crucial. It is what's the word I'm looking for? Risky to go too low because it's actually really great for your hormones. So get your healthy fats in there. Yeah. Suzanne said we need balance.
Mhm.
Um, I love it. I love it.
And you
I
guys,
see.
if you think that like it's hard to like, I don't want nuts or I don't want avocados or anything like that, just think about putting olive oil on your veggies if you're going and putting them in the to bake them or roast them. I love to do that every single night. Like that is my go-to. Just think of things like that. You're not eating fat. Like it's again, it's healthy fat. It is so, so crucial for your body, for your skin, your
Absolutely.
nails, your hair, all the things. Like you want to shine from the outside, not and from the inside too.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah. So eat your healthy fats. And again, it's all in abundance, I mean, not in abundance, with balance.
Mhm.
We don't want to have abundance and just go too crazy, but you've got to have that balance. And that's what we teach with macros. Skipping, the other one is one that we are very passionate about as well, too. Skipping meals help you lose weight. Again, another big fat lie, right? Because you've got to eat food. You've got to feed your body. Your car, your engine will not go anywhere if you don't feed it. And so we see this a lot. This is the trap that I fell into, and I wasn't doing it on purpose trying to lose weight. I was just so busy. At least this is what I told myself. I was so busy. I would skip meals and I would skip, workouts, all the things because I had to work and I was in the hustle mode and I had to do everything for everybody else and I had small kids but the crazy thing is I ask myself now, I would slow down to feed my kids. Why didn't I feed myself?
Mhm.
you know, so if that's you right now, I'm asking you that question right now. If you slow down to feed your kids because you don't starve your kids, do not starve yourself. Skipping meals does nothing positive to your body, you guys. It causes all kinds of issues. I mean, it definitely the biggest one, of course, is it does end up slowing your metabolism down, and it is one of the big traps that will lead you to losing your muscle if you skip too many meals and don't eat. So don't skip your meals. Uh, um, Yeah, I love it. Reagan says, I'm scared of what Angela will say if I fall short of my carbs. Okay, I'll kindly yell at you in a positive way. I love it. Okay, so the other two, the last two, without going into a lot of detail, I think they're kind of self-explanatory. I know, again, this is the trap that I fell into thinking, oh, I'm Superwoman and I can last and I can survive on 3 hours of sleep. And again, that was a big fat lie that I fell flat on my face. Surviving on little sleep, you guys have to prioritize your sleep. Not everybody I know gets 6 to 8 hours of sleep, although it is a really big goal because lack of sleep will take a toll on your body in every way, form, or fashion, and does have a big part of like your muscle recovery and build. You can't build muscle if you're not getting good sleep. Um, and then stress, obviously, we have to manage our stress because it does physically affect us. So before I move on, do you have anything you want to add to those? Either skipping meals or
No, I mean,
sleep?
skipping meals. Yeah, I used to be one that barely ate, so that came in like skipping meals all the time. But yeah, you really, really can't. There's not much more to say. You just really have got to get yourself on a good plan. And that is the number one key is getting yourself on a good plan and get good, I guess, schedule, really, honestly. Like I tell the ladies that I work with, I said, put yourself in a routine of eating, give yourself times to eat so that your body just like gets used to that those times. Like all of a sudden my body will start to be like it's 12 o'clock or 12:30, like it's time for lunch,
Mhm.
like we've got to go eat. The more that you get yourself into that routine of it, the more your body will actually be like, okay, ding ding ding, you got to go eat.
Yeah,
Internal
and it
clock.
takes time.
Mhm,
Yeah, I love that. That's how my body is too. Like even
mhm,
certain days of the week, it's kind of weird, but when you train your body that way for so long,
mhm,
but you guys, it takes time. Put this in the comments. It takes time. You've got to retrain your body and you've got to feed your body even when you're not hungry. Because if you have been doing the skipping meals for a long time, your hormones are jacked up, your hunger hormones, and they will not trigger you to be hungry until you retrain your body. And sometimes that means setting a timer on your phone and forcing yourself to eat a little bit until you get to the point where your body is triggering you. When your body is triggering you to be hungry, that's a beautiful sign that your metabolism is starting to go in the direction that you want it to go. Okay.
Yeah, because I hear
Um,
many, many women say, I'm just not hungry. And I
yeah,
get that, because you're training your body not to eat too, so that's why it's super important to, like I said, just having those meal frequencies, which we'll just talk about right here, just having that regular frequency of meals. And so that's the way that we coach and I thrive on. That's how I get through my day routine.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm lost with my without routine. So, going through this slide, fairly quickly without too much, I feel like if we do too much information to you ladies all in one day, you're gonna leave more confused, and that's definitely not our goal. But creating a balanced nutrition is what is key. And we'll go into protein here in a minute because that's where we always tell everybody to start with. But to go through these really quickly, like protein timing, what does that mean? You guys, let's simplify it. Eat protein in every single one of your meals. Protein in every single one of your meals. Drop protein in the comments. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give on that. And as you can see in here, it says aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Anything you want to add to that one?
No, I mean, just keep it simple and basic in the very beginning until just shoot for those 20 grams. I would say 20 to 25. Give yourself an even little balance there.
Yeah, and if you have no idea and you're like, how the heck am I supposed to know that? Get out of your comfort zone and track some food.
Hmm.
It's not something you have to do forever, but when you're in the moment and you really want change, the only real way to know is to track. And then you get to a place where you don't have to track. So protein timing would simplify, like we said, eat protein in every single one of your meals, 20 to 25 grams a day. Um, a moderate calorie deficit, the only thing that I'll really say there is you can only eat such low calories for a certain amount of time until your body starts to do the exact opposite what you want to do. If you're eating that 1,200 or less calorie, like it seems to be a very common thing right now. Even doctors are telling you, which I never going to knock a doctor, but at the same time, like that's not enough food for my 9-year-old child. Like you've got to eat enough. But you can be in a calorie deficit a certain amount of time, but you can't stay there too long, or your body will start to do the reverse and you'll actually start gaining weight. So, and the whole point of this whole masterclass is muscle. If you have a calorie deficit and you're in it for too long, yeah, or if it's drastic, you're going to lose muscle. And that's not what we want to do, right? So, let's see. I think this next screen actually breaks down macronutrients just a little bit. So we can go over this one quickly, but balanced macronutrients, you guys, that's carbs, fats, proteins, and we'll go over that a little bit more in a minute. Meal frequency. You want to hit anything on that one? I mean,
The meal frequency one.
often. Yeah.
No, I mean, just like I said, just you get used to eating at certain times. I mean, normally coaching women, I tell them to do 3 main meals and start with one snack. We can build up to having 2 snacks a day, but just get in yourself into the habit of having a little tiny snack or something mid-morning or more mid-afternoon, just to kind of get you over that hump. That way, because when you're on macros, you want to be able to, so you're not like shoving all this food into just 3 meals. It's easier to balance it out with several meals during the day. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that you do that, like 3 meals and one snack, and then you build up. There's no law, y'all, that says
Hmm.
you got to eat breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. Like there's no law that says that. Like you have to figure out the rhythm and that works for you.
Hmm.
But we need to eat often throughout the day, smaller meals. Um, oh yeah, it was protein was next. I think the next slide is macros. We'll go here quickly, and then I think the meal plan is after that. So if you guys are watching, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. Again, if you haven't registered and want all of this stuff on replay, put register, but drop questions too. If we can get to them during this, we will. Or obviously we'll come back and answer. But to break down protein is the most important macronutrient, and it's the one we typically start every woman on because if you want to build muscle, you need protein. If you don't want to lose your muscle, you need protein, which is definitely a big piece of it. We've got a cool little freebie that we're going to give you guys in a minute, which we'll share with you to help break it down. But um, I mean, we've already said this a lot, but I feel like we can't say it enough. Like important, adequate amounts of protein is going to help you retain your muscle. So some of you guys I know have shared with us, especially after last week's training with the GLP-1 shots and products with our pharmacist friend. Um, if you're on one of the shots and your appetite is really, really low, your number one most important piece needs to be focusing that you're getting enough protein every single day. And the only way to really know that is to track it for the day and see where you're at. If you're drastically low, I would highly recommend that as your number one thing that you've got to start focusing on, or you will waste away all your muscle. And it takes time to build muscle back. You don't want to have to go through that process. So again, I mean, protein is essential for muscle retention. Obviously, muscle repair is a big piece of it as well to repair recovery. You want to talk a little bit about that one? I think a lot of people don't realize the recovery piece of protein.
Yeah, because, well, let's see. So if you're, of course, we talked about the workouts yesterday. We talked about the importance of lifting and strength training and all that. What happens when you're strength training and you're lifting and we say, go as heavy as you can for you. It is important to have that repair. So that what that protein is going to also do for you is going to help you repair those muscles and repair that glycogen levels. Because when you're in the gym, many people think like, oh, I'm building all this muscle in the gym. Yes, you are working out. You're actually breaking down the tissue in your muscles. So it's important for that food to be that next factor to help you. Like everything that you do in the gym, your nutrition is going to drive that. The nutrition is like your main driver for the way that your body looks, obviously. So it's important to have that recovery piece with that protein even afterwards. And that's where a little bit of the protein timing comes in, and I don't want to get into that, but it's important to have protein after your workouts, strength training workouts, because like I said, it helps your body like rebuild itself.
Love it. Yeah, absolutely. So, and then the other pieces of protein you guys say keeps you fuller longer. So this is again why it's so important, why we said 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal is like a great goal to shoot for because it's going to keep you fuller longer, which keeps cravings down, which keeps all kinds of things away. So it's going to keep you fuller longer with protein rich foods. Everyone needs a different amount of protein, you guys. So there's you need your personalized protein goal and enhances fat loss. Like you guys, if you want to lose weight, but you don't want to rebound and you don't want it to all come back on, then focus on the fat loss aspect. And the only way to lose fat, regardless if you're on any of these shots or weight loss products or whatever it is you're taking, we're not knocking any tool. We're here to help see like what can you do to support the things you're doing. And that has to do with what we talked about yesterday with your workouts and making sure you're eating enough of the right things, protein being your biggest one. Um, and then basics of protein, like we already talked about, it's your most important macronutrient. We can go over this one really quickly because I think we pretty much already hit on it, honestly.
Mhm.
Um, but macronutrients is something that we coach women at. And if you've ever tried counting your macros and you're confused still to this day, put confused in the comments. We see it often. And you said it at the very beginning of this. A lot of it is overcomplicated. It's way more complicated in a lot of women's minds. And I think in the world, you can go Google something about macros and a formula that's 20 steps long, and you're going to be like, holy crap.
I give up. I'm
Yeah.
and it's easy, like I don't like I it's easy for us to say like it can be
Right.
easy because we've done it and we coach women that way and we've lived it, you know what I mean? But and the more that you get into it, and I see, a couple little confused, comments, but it's okay. Like know that it's okay to be confused. I talk to even women with at my church, like, what do I do? What do I eat? Like, well, we gotta work on your macros. They're like, what? I'm like, all right, calm down, calm down. Let's just go through this. But it's just knowing the balance, and like that's the key of getting all these fats and proteins and carbs in your body. And it along the way you learn a lot about yourself. I always tell everybody that I coach, I said, you have learned so much about yourself. Don't you agree? Like anybody that I say, like couple of women now, I'm like, do you realize how much you've learned about yourself, going through this process and how much knowledge you've gained? So I think that's awesome too.
Yeah, it is. It really is a learning
Mhm.
experience. And macros, like you said, like it's easy for us because we've done it for so long and we obviously teach people how to do it, right? Our goal is simplicity. But if you're confused on macros now, like you're not alone. Like there's so many people that are confused. And so like our biggest goal, especially if we're actually coaching women on the one-on-one level, is to take it one step at a time. And that's my biggest piece of advice. Because macros is so incredibly crucial, but macros is basically what balance is. When we talked about having balanced nutrition, a balanced plate, that's what macros are, because macros is your the amount of protein that you need, the amount of carbs, and the amount of fat, all balanced in a pretty bow put together. But it doesn't come in a pretty bow, and it's not easy overnight. It takes time, just like anything. But it also leads you to food freedom. Macros will lead you to fat loss, which is the weight coming off in a way that you can keep it off, which is key. If you want to keep off the weight instead of gain it back, put keep off in the comments again. I think that's so incredibly important. Um, and um, and I mean, regulating your blood sugar, there's so many different benefits to it. But where I was going with that was food freedom. I mean, if you want food freedom, meaning you can go on a date night with your husband and eat what you want and it fits in your macros and you have and you're good to go, then put freedom in the comments. Like freedom is this is why we call ourselves Freedom Macro Method, because we love to teach you how to have freedom while tracking macros and living life. Because I don't know anybody that's not busy. Everybody's busy. If you're busy, put busy in the comments. A lot of y'all are watching this and you're probably doing something else right now too. We're
Multitask.
just multitasking. Right. So macros is just a fancy terminology for your protein, your carbs, and your fat. And we already talked about what protein is for. We already talked about carbs being your energy. We already talked about fat being very crucial for heart health, brain health, hormone health, and so many different things. But the key component here is customized nutrition for you. You guys, you don't fit in a bubble, and you're not just a one size fits all. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's hormones are different. Everybody's history of dieting is different. And so when it comes to your own nutrition, know that like you're not a cookie cutter. Like you are not God did not put you and bake you and make you, get a cookie cutter and cut you out and everybody eats the same thing. That is not the case whatsoever. So um yeah, I love it. Suzanne says macros equals freedom. It really does. And so we have let me stop this for just a second. I'm gonna pull up today. If you're registered, again, if you're registered for today, I'm gonna be sending out replay emails this afternoon. And the email is gonna consist of everything all in one pretty place, wrapped up in a bow and handed it to you so you can have it. And it's the replays to today and tomorrow. But it's also going to have the workout chart guide that we gave you guys yesterday. If you didn't get the email, obviously let us know and we'll make sure that you get it. But today we're giving you, there's a sample meal plan and there's a list of protein with macros attached to it, which we're about to show you. And then we have something special that we want to share with you guys. We decided, you know what, we haven't done any kind of special things as an opportunity in a little while. So I'll share that in a minute. But first, let me get back to sharing my screen. This is what you're going to get if you registered. Again, put registered if you have not registered. Again, we're not dropping this in the group. This is going out in an email for those people that registered. So this is a sample, and I really want to highlight sample. This is a sample meal plan that we put together that we were going to give you guys. We're not going to dissect it like every line by line, but just to give you a really quick overview of it. Everybody's different. We already talked about customized nutrition. This is a 1,700 calorie meal plan. And so again, I can't tell you without knowing a lot of information how many calories you personally need, whoever's watching this, but this is 1,705 calories, which how many of you guys hear that number and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot. Put a lot in the comments. I know there's a lot of people already thinking that probably, don't you think? Oh my God, that's a lot of food. But this also has 147 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, and 159 grams of carbs. So again, that's the breakdown of it. Basically, this is laid out for breakfast to start your day with a good amount of 19 grams of protein, 22 grams of fat, which are kind of loading those healthy fats at the beginning of the day, and then 30 grams of carbs. Yes, I see some people saying a lot. We get that all the time. It's all good. It's normal, especially if you've been used to not eating enough. So a snack that's only about 150 calories, but it has 15 grams of protein. That's a Greek yogurt. I've got a brand that I love that actually has 25 grams, which I meant to bring it. I was going to show it, but anyway, lunch again, 32 grams of protein, 32 grams of carbs. Um, and then there's a snack in between dinner. Again, 14 grams of protein. You guys see the key here? If you're gonna get enough protein in your day, you've got to make sure that it's at all your meals. And then meal five is dinner. And it is 47 grams of protein loaded up with some salmon. And there's also brown rice and steamed broccoli. And like Lori said, with healthy fats, there's some olive oil used for cooking. This is a way that you can get some of your healthy fats in. Don't overthink the process. So, whoops, where did it just go? I don't know what I hit, but there it went away. But here's the second piece. Did you want to add anything before I move on? I'm sorry, I keep moving on.
No, no, no. I mean, that's just very simply like laid out. You can always look at a sample meal plan and don't get confused or overwhelmed with it and be like, okay, well, I don't like such and such. I don't like
Yes,
cottage cheese. Well, then find a protein that you do like without getting too much into it. But you can swap out things. So it just gives you an idea of like how to balance your meals out. And then also how to like plan out. Because I think we're very much on the same page as far as like we try to shy women away from a lot of recipes because it can get complicated. And I have a few that do awesome with it, and some that are just like, no, I just want the basic simples, like give me my protein, give me my fat, give me my carb, and mix it all together. So, but yeah, just look at that and be like, know that you can swap out different things that you don't like.
I love that. Yeah. Again, it's a sample, you guys, and you're gonna get this. Follow to a T if you want to. Awesome. Swap some things out. But again, it's not customized to anybody. So don't take this as like, oh, I'm gonna follow this plan and this is yeah, I don't know what your numbers need to be. I really don't. So just really want to make sure that you guys know that if you're in a place like I need help or we're gonna show you something in a minute that will give you an opportunity because we map this out for clients, not necessarily meal plans, because we believe more in food freedom and we're going to give you your macros, but we're going to teach you how to hit your macros one thing at a time, versus restrictive meal plans. But it is nice to have it all laid out for you. So the other piece of this free gift that we designed for you guys is just a list of proteins. Why? Because again, protein is the number one most important macronutrient. And if you are lacking it, now you've got this list and you can map out a day picking some of these proteins out and laying out your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and maybe some snacks in there somewhere. So this list basically is going to tell you what the protein is, how many grams of protein it is, what is the serving size so you guys know, but it also breaks down how many carbs and fats are in that specific meal because you're going to see that some things have obviously it's, a lot of things have all three. Okay. It's not just protein only. So pretty self-explanatory. We'll let you guys have that. As long as you register. You're gonna get this in your email today.
And just know too, like just hitting on the protein shakes. I mean, I think we're in a world of living in protein shakes. And I know that I supplement and again supplement, try to get as many whole like protein sources as you can. But just know that it's totally okay to supplement with protein supplement or powders, whatever, throughout the day just to be able to reach your goals. So
100%. Yeah.
they
And
are.
Suzanne, thank you for that tip. She said, get a kitchen scale. It will be your best friend. Get a scale. It's the only way to really know the size, the ounces and all the things. I mean, there's also, a different way that's not as accurate as far as like measuring by the palm of your hand or different things. And I mean, that's cool too. But the most accurate piece is going to be weighing your food. And again, you don't have to do it forever. You just do it to the point where you get like, now I can see how much is 4 ounces in my bowl because I've done this so long that I don't have to measure it every single time. Doing it at first, finding your grit to do the things you don't freaking want to do until you don't have to do them anymore, right? That's one of our biggest goals, which we're going to show you. So I'm going to show you, we're going to show you guys what we do as coaches. And we do have, so that you guys knowledge, we get questions every day, like, what is your coaching? What does it cost? What do you do? All the things, right? So we're going to show you, so that you don't have to necessarily ask. We're just going to lay it all out there. We have multiple programs, but today we just want to share with you our 6 week. We have a 6 week jumpstart. It's called our intro to our fat loss and mindset reset program, because we want to help you lose fat, but we shift here. We want to reprogram your mind to not be scared of carbs, to make sure you eat protein in all your meals, all this stuff, right? And so we do have a special offer that we're going to share with you guys today. And we want to first tell you what in the world is what do you do? Like what's included? And so hang tight for the next 5 minutes and I'll break it down for you. And then you guys can reach out if you have questions. But this is whoops, I guess I could make it bigger so you can actually see it. This is my favorite part to explain, but I'm going to go really quickly because again, the special we have right now is a 6-week program. We do also have a 6 months. Why? Because some women come out of the gate and they're like, I need way more than 6 weeks. I just need 6 months, right? We can talk about that, but today I really want to just paint a picture of a fat loss phase. We start you off in a fat loss phase, and that's what we do in the 6-week intro program. We get your macros. We help starting to teach you how to do it. We're going to do all the things with you, holding your hand the whole entire way. And you're going to get a fraction of the fat loss phase. But eventually, you can only do that for so long, and then we take you through different phases, get you to a place where you love where you're at, you're happy with where you're at. Now I just need to learn how to maintain it. And then we wean you away from tracking anything. We wean you off so that you don't have to track anymore. Okay. How many of you guys are like, oh, that sounds amazing? Put amazing in the comments. I know almost everybody that I know, like they want to get to a place where they don't have to track their food. And you can just do it because it's a lifestyle. So that's our goal. That's our end goal. So we want to make sure that you know that. So what is in our 6-week program? Here's what you get. My favorite piece is the one we call it a roadmap, 101 custom nutrition roadmap. Why? Because it's customized to you. Number two, it's a nutrition roadmap because we break it down into habits and we break it down into small baby steps. It's a roadmap. It's not a restrictive meal plan or any overwhelming all the things. It is breaking it down to your level, whatever you need. And everybody starts at a different pace, right? So that's the most important piece, I think. Obviously, you also have a one-on-one custom fitness plan. Again, there's no guessing, there's no Googling or YouTubing random workouts every day. There's a custom fitness plan with that's designed for you personally based on what equipment you have, what you need, what are your goals, what are your areas of body that you need to focus on, and all the things. So you're also, when you coach with us, you're in our exclusive. We have a VIP group that is just for the ladies we coach. Every single Thursday, we do nutrition workshops where we work together. We do weekly group sessions, trainings in there that we offer to help you shift your mind and shift your body, right? And so you get all the weekly, which everything's always on replay as well. So because we know not everybody can attend at certain times. But through all of that, what we do, we truly do love to help you unlearn the negative programming of dieting. And in today's world, it is so freaking on rampant. It's rampant. It's everywhere. Um, Anything you wanna piggyback on what I shared here before I move on to the next one?
No, I think that, just getting started, it's always like Angela said, it is a roadmap. It's tailored just to you, and like nothing's going to be cookie cutter and nothing's going to be like you're getting the same program that she is. Everything is tailored, to you. You get on the phone with, one of us and we go through your day. I try to help you lay out your day, lay out like what workout plan you're going to do. So it's I think that's just the most important part. It's very customized to you. And we try to help you, we meet you where you are and then help you along the way.
Absolutely. I love it. You're right, because everybody starts in a different place. Also, whenever you coach with us, you when we do other programs, other challenges, other paid master classes, paid different things, you're always included for no extra charge when you coach with us on the one-on-one level. My biggest, I would say the second biggest is the one-on-one accountability coach. You would either work with Lori or myself, and you have someone there for you all the time. You can reach out and ask questions. You can reach out and get on a phone call, or a Zoom call, whatever the scenario is, as often as you guys agree upon based on your needs. And so the one-on-one accountability coach is to me the biggest value of what you get. And again, that's a value, that's not a price. It's all valued right around $14.97. And the biggest bonus, and my favorite part, is you get the app for simplicity. If those of you guys that are coaching with us, what is your favorite part about the app? Drop it in the comments. I love the app because again, simplicity. We all need simple. We all need things in one place. How many of you ladies are like to-do list people? I will write something on my to-do list just for the satisfaction that I can I can mark it off. That's just how my brain works. And I think a lot of our ladies are kind of the same way.
Mhm.
If you're a to-do list person, put to-do list in the comments. And that's basically what you're going to get. You're going to, you get the coach, but then we break down whatever it is that you need, whatever you're working on, what habit for your mindset, for your lifestyle, for your body, for your nutrition and everything. And it's literally on at your fingertips in an app that you open up that day. There's no thinking. We do the thinking for you. And it also syncs with my fitness pal. So when you track over there, we can see right here, and then you get a nice, pretty big star whenever you hit your nutritional goals. So you get your gold star, right? I know, as cheesy as that sounds, a lot of us love that. So how much is it? Let's just break down the price. We're putting it all out there for you guys again. So there's no hoops you have to jump through to get the pricing. This specific program right now, value is at $14.97. Again, that's the value. We normally charge $429 for the 6-week program itself because again, it's a one-on-one coaching experience. It helps you get started, get your results, get some habits placed. And then after the 6 weeks, you have choices. You graduate on your own, you got a great jump start. Honestly, I'll be transparent with you. A lot of women go from here and then they keep going into other coaching options that we do have once you get the foundation set. Right now, we took $50 off. It's only $397 right now for the full 6 weeks. And there's payment plan options always. There's payment plans available. I believe some of the options break it all the way up into 4 payments if it's something that you need, just FYI. I don't have that to show you guys. It'd be something that we can individually chat about. But again, you're worthy of getting some help if you're in a place like if you have the biggest thing that I would say, if you're in a place you're like, man, that sounds good. I need some freaking help. I'm so tired of taking all the free resources and the free this and the free that, and I'm not getting anywhere on my own. Guys, I've been there. I've wasted so much time and energy and money and stress on myself because I wouldn't take money and invest in myself to get someone just to tell me how to freaking do it. And honestly, of all the mistakes I've made in my journeys, that was been some of my biggest ones, whether it's business or even health. Y'all, we're health coaches, but we need help sometimes too. There's no shame in that.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, so if you're in a place you're like, okay, I'm sick and tired of where I'm at. I'm so miserable, then do this. Then just put help in the comments and we'll reach out, or just literally send us a message. We can have more in-depth conversation, a message. We can get on a call with you, or we can send you the link where you sign up for this piece as well too, so you can view the payment options that are available. It's just a conversation, zero pressure whatsoever. But we're very passionate about what we do and what we offer, and very confident in what we do as well too. In a place of like, stop suffering by yourself, stop Googling and joining 20 different Facebook groups in a week trying to find the answer. Like, the time that you will get back is so priceless, in my personal opinion. So um yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else you want to add before we
No,
hop off?
I think you said it all.
uh
Yeah.
yes, awesome.
It truly can be something that you, in the very beginning, not gonna lie, it sometimes can be hard to get yourself into a groove, but the more that you do that and the more you just push yourself into getting into a good rhythm, and that's why we're there for you. Um, then you like I said, you learn so much about yourself, and then you're like, it's so rewarding. It's just so rewarding feeling, and you feel accomplished.
Yeah, and then I promise I'll end on this. The other thing that I want to say too is, I know we as women often struggle making investments in ourselves. And I know this was always my biggest struggle. My biggest stress in life is always money, and I put a lot of that stress on myself. Like, it's just internal. My brain is programmed that way. Like, some of you guys are scared of cards. And the biggest piece of advice I can say, especially if you're a woman, you're a mom, you're a leader in your industry or whatever business you're in, all the things, the biggest investment an investment that you make in yourself, I cannot tell you, will pay for itself tenfold over. Because if you're a leader in any kind of business or whatever, maybe you work a job, whatever the scenario is, the healthier you are, it is going to positively impact everything in your life. It is going to positively impact your marriage. I can't tell you, I've had a couple women actually tell me, like, oh, my husband told me he got his wife back. Like, and it wasn't because of the weight loss, it was everything else that was coupled with the weight loss. and it will impact your marriage in a positive way. It'll impact your kids in a huge way because your kids see what you do. They're not going to listen to what you say. Our kids don't listen to us, y'all. But they will follow our lead and they will see it and they will do what we do. If you run a business, like I said, you will be a better, happier, healthier, more energetic version of you that is going to have more energy to keep up with your business, to keep up with your kids, to do all the things that you want to do. So again, think about it. If you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to do it, don't talk yourself out of it. Just do it and then figure the rest out later. That is my biggest piece of advice. It's the hardest thing. Go with your gut, go with your intuition. Know that and know that like this is actually a really good time of the year to get started on something like this. It's not after the beginning of the year. It's now because why? You can set habits and routines and all the things um that are before the holidays hit so that you're ahead of the game and you're not taking 10 steps backwards. So all right, I'll stop there, I promise. I can go on forever, but I'll stop.
It's easy to keep going.
It is. All right. So you guys look for the replays. If you didn't register yet and you want all the replays and the meal plan and the workout guide, then make sure you register, put register in the comments if you haven't yet. And y'all have an amazing day. Thank y'all for spending a big part of it with us today. And thank you, Coach Lori.
Yep, you're welcome. See you ladies.
Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.